Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a clean with me room transformation. We recently got new sofas, which means that we've got the old ones, and because it's still the lockdown here in Northern Ireland, we can't get rid of them, we can't take them to the dump or anything. So we have had to rearrange the house to try and make the best use of our space possible with too much furniture in the house. So I have dismantled the double bed in Christian's room. But I didn't like the way that we had put it together when we moved the sofa upstairs the first time, so I'm moving it all around today. As you can see, it's not a huge room, it's big enough for a double bed normally, but we just have too much furniture in it, so I'm gonna shift everything around and move some stuff around and try and get it looking a bit better and less like a dumping ground until we can get rid of some of our stuff to the dump or sold on to somebody else or something. How many of you at the minute have taken on these clean and tidy and declutter projects in lockdown? I would say quite a lot of us have. I just know that I can have the odd lazy day here and there, but I need to have productive days too, otherwise I just start to feel really low and no sort of sense of achievement, It's a really odd and strange time. Guys, I'd really love to know if you actually, those of you that enjoy these videos, what you like best about them. So please do leave me a wee line in the comments below. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for coming and watching. And if you'd like to hit the like button and subscribe, I do make up videos as well as clean and tidy videos. Hopefully there's something there that you like. If you like it, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. At the moment I'm uploading 2 to 3 times a week, and there's always at least one makeup video and one clean with me video. I'm not sure if I'm glad that I didn't catch it on camera or not, because it probably would have been quite funny, but at one point I dropped the edge of my son's cot on my toe, and I have a nice bruise. It was right on the cuticle of my big toe. That's what I get for not wearing shoes when I'm doing this. As you can see, this is a rather large sofa in a rather small room, and I'm not even 5 foot tall, so I'm not very big, but I'm very stubborn and determined, I think it's fair to say. So little by little we got there. A lot of climbing about. It's good exercise at the moment too, whenever we can't leave the house too much. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff there that's sort of in storage that I need to sort through as well. But what I'm doing here is, this is a piece of insulation board, because it's a fabric sofa and I've pushed it up against the radiator. I don't want all the heat to just disappear into the sofa and not be able to heat the room for Christian sleeping in it. So I put the thermal board down the back of the sofa where the radiator is, so that the heat sort of comes up and out into the room from the back of the sofa. But Christian had got his hands on it and snapped it, so I was just taping it back up there. I was going to put the mattress upright in that far corner and then realised that it probably wasn't going to fit. So I then decided to take it out and put it under our mattress in our room. So our bed is about 6 inches higher than what we're used to at the moment. These red drawers have a fair amount of stuff stored in them. It's more kind of sentimental value, but it's not stuff we use every day, so I'm not worried about putting them down the side of the sofa where they're kind of boxed in and not really going to be accessible. They're also not that heavy or hard to lift either, despite the fact they're metal. So this is me just making room to get the cot back in, and this is after I have already dropped it on my foot at this point. It's just reshuffling everything and tweaking everything to get everything to fit. And this actually gave us a much better angle on the baby monitor too, because there are nails on the wall up above where we can have a better view than where it was before. So I'm just cleaning the tops of these boxes in this shelf stack because they probably haven't been cleaned off in a few years. This is mostly my husband's stuff from before we were even married, and it's stuff again that we don't necessarily use every day, that he could probably do with going through and sorting out, but it's his stuff, so there's no point in me doing it. And yeah, but it's there and stored for the moment until he gets time to go through it himself. This is the chaos that's been left behind, because everything that was sort of on top of the cupboards and stuff in the other room I pulled out into our room so that I could move the furniture around. So this is me trying to sort through it and sort of put it all back. There was a vacuum bag that had lost its vacuum seal and it also split in half whenever I lifted it out, so that's left behind a bit of chaos as well. The joys. But it gave me something else to do. So this is me just tidying again the top of Craig's chest of drawers. Everything, including Christian's bottles, spare nappies and everything else, everything that I need to be out of his reach kind of gets thrown up here through the weeks, so I was just tidying that up again and putting away some of the stuff, you know, washing that had been done and left by the wayside. So back to our bedroom, which I'd already tidied before I started Christian's room, but there's just a few bits and pieces of clothes left to sort through. So I'm hoovering up the floor and then I'll mop. And that definitely is the thing about having, you know, laminate floors or hard floors. you do end up having to brush and mop rather than a carpet. You know, you'd maybe shampoo it once a year, once every couple of years, but apart from that you just hoover it week to week. Although the upstairs floors wouldn't be too bad because obviously you've already traipsed through the house and you tend not to be wearing shoes whenever you're upstairs. On into Christian's room, obviously because I've moved everything around, I've stirred up all the dust from all the bits of furniture that I don't normally get under, so hoovering it up as well, and then using the microfiber mop. And I have multi-purpose cleaner and sterilising fluid actually in the spray bottle for this mop. I like the extra clean smell and the knowledge then that with the sterilising fluid any nasties on the floors upstairs are taken care of. Although I am also one of those kinds of mums that lets my son play in the dirt outside in the garden. I was a country raised child who was left to play with mud and jump in puddles and all the rest of it, and he will be no different. It's half the fun. So down into my kitchen and to change the bin out and just a bit of tidying and some dishes to wash and put away there. I hate, and I'm the worst for it because I'm the main one that does the dishes, but I hate whenever all the clean dishes are still left because it just looks cluttered and untidy. So every day or every couple of days, depending on, you know, what else is going on, or, you know, at the moment with the lockdown, how kind of ratchety Christian's being, I'll go through it all and I'll put all the clean dishes away and just wipe down all my surfaces and clean the slate. And it just then, whenever I go to sit down with my cup of tea, it just means that I have less anxiety and a bit more peace, knowing that that's all done. And I know I keep on saying it, but it really is tidy house, tidy mind in a lot of ways. I find it hugely beneficial at the moment to make sure that the environment that I'm sitting in is, you know, a nice environment to sit in and it's not chaos. Because if my environment is chaos, then my mind tends to be chaos. I'm just cleaning the top of my bin now that I've changed out the bin liner. I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to get a white bin, but I think I did actually have a black one with a lid that the recycling is in, and then Craig was messing about with it, and in a fit of temper he broke the top of the black bin. And if you don't have a lid on your bin, the smells, especially with nappies and stuff like that, it ends up floating through the rest of the house, so I needed one with a lid, and I think that was the cheapest one I could find in B&M bargains at the time. So just going around the rest of my countertops, wiping everything down with antibacterial spray, and the stuff I use is just the stuff from Lidl. Most of the cleaning stuff that I get is just from Lidl. It's just easy, it's cheap, and it works. Okay, so it sounds very grand when I say we have 2 living rooms, but it's 2 kind of big rooms connected together. We could use the second one as a dining room if we wanted, but to be honest, we like having the space there for Christian to play. So this is the one, as you can see, where most of his toys sit, and he kind of just pulls them all out and destroys the place. So normally I wouldn't tidy until after he goes to bed because that's just pointless, but because I was hoovering, I'd sort of got everything off the floor and tidied up a bit, you know, got all the blocks into the tubs. So I'm just going to hoover and do a general bit of tidy up in here today. Because the room reorganisation and doing upstairs had already taken me several hours at this point, between having to stop in the middle and get lunch, etc., and with Christian knocking about, so this was probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is just me kind of finishing off. Christian has seen me cleaning and hoovering that much that he just can't resist. Anytime I set the hoover down, he's away with it. And he's seen us doing that many DIY projects as well that you'll see him away off with his little toy hammer, hammering at things too. It's quite cute. So this is the main living room that we actually sort of sit in. The TV is up basically where the camera is on the mantelpiece above the fireplace. So again, just moving everything up off the floor to hoover the hard floor and the rug. And that little chair actually was one of our old dining room chairs from our old house. My husband just cut the back and the legs down for Christian because he was bringing his he was emptying the blocks out of his box and then bringing the box over and putting it upside down to sit on. So we did him up that chair, and he seems to really enjoy it. He shouts at you in the morning if you bring his breakfast over, but don't bring his chair over. So this is me just quickly hoovering and brushing up around the fireplace that I have newly spray painted this week. I must actually post up the before and after pictures on Instagram for you guys as well. I need to start remembering to put my social links below as well, because I have a Facebook page where you get more kind of regular updates, and my Instagram page as well. So I'll try and remember to put these in the description box for you, and you can go and have a nosy. So just wiping everything down, even though Christian's going to make a mess of it again before bedtime, but hey. And we have the blanket on the leather sofas just for the dogs, jumping up and down in the evening. And that's us, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video today. It was something a bit different with the room reorganisation, but I'll try and get you sort of slightly different things every week. It would be a bit boring if I was getting you the same thing all the time. But if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. As always, like, subscribe, share if it's something that your friends would enjoy too, and I'll see you again soon.